Hi, Grace family. Nelson here to give you just a brief update of what God is doing in and through our youth group at Grace. As I've reflected, I see that the Lord has cultivated and is still cultivating a place of belonging for students, in addition to a place where they can be discipled. So the first, with respect to belonging, I think there is a expectation that's been woven into the DNA of our youth group. An expectation that if kids show up, they will be pursued by us as youth leaders. That's both inside of Grace, inside the walls on Sunday mornings, but also outside of those walls through their extracurricular activities and things of that nature. There's also a real sense of continuity. I am thrilled to share that all of the youth leaders who served last year, so that's Jeff and Adam and Phoebe and Brent and Zoe and Paige, all of them have committed to serving another year. It turns out they're not sick of me, which is so huge for the sake of belonging and continuity and giving kids permission to open up and feel safe. And there's also a real sense of community in our midst. Though it's summer and a lot of our patterns are kind of at rest until the ministry year kicks off, we have decided to continue meeting through the summer with different social activities and events, more service-oriented events, all with this aim of continuing to cultivate relationships with these students. So we're thankful for how the Lord has cultivated the sense of belonging. We're also thankful, as we see it, this sense of a place where kids can be discipled. So this coming fall, this September, as we start our new ministry year, we are going to be engaging with a curriculum on gender and sexuality. It's a great curriculum that's been created by an organization called the Center for Faith and Sexuality. And the purpose in engaging with a curriculum on sexuality, on such a hot button issue, we're not doing it for the sake of being controversial or being relevant or on the other side of that spectrum being culturally reactive. We're not even doing it primarily to give students neat theological answers to difficult questions, though questions and answers are important, and we'll touch on those where we can. Really, the main purpose in engaging in a curriculum like this is to give students permission and to give them space so that they can bring all of themselves, all of their lives, into contact with the person of Jesus and with his church. We don't want to disciple students into isolation so that they have to outsource their questions to different platforms and mediums and things like that. We actually want them to feel permission and actually to be empowered to come to Jesus and his people with all of who they are, and that includes their gender and sexuality. So to that end, we covet your prayers. Would you pray for all of us youth leaders? Maybe even pause and take a moment now to pray for us that we would lead and disciple winsomely, with wisdom, and do so faithfully. Also that these kids would continue to grow in their relationship and their walk with Jesus. Thanks, Grace.